spirit of this Basaveshwara Vachana reflects the philosophy and mission of the life of Jagadguru Sri Shivratri Rajendra Swamiji, the 23rd Pontiff of Suturu Veera Simhasana Mutt, founded more than 1,000 years ago. Following the distinct lineage, Sri Shivratri Rajendra Swamiji blended spirituality with social reformation for the upliftment of the rural poor, marginalized and deprived people, establishing the formidable JSS Mahavidyapita. In 1928, when he was barely 12 years old, he was consecrated into the lineage by the 22nd Pontiff, Sri Shivratrishwara Mahaswamiji, popularly known as Mantra Maharshi, who had already established a Samskrita Patashala. Even as an adolescent student in Mysore, Sri Shivratri Rajendra Swamiji was deeply perturbed at the socio-economic disparities of the period, which deprived youngsters of food, shelter, and education. In 1942, he established a hostel and offered free food and hostel facilities for poor rural students who wanted to pursue education. This marked Sri Mutt's first step in the field of social development. With an aim of reaching education to all, he started the Jagadguru Sri Shivratrishwara Mahavidyapita in 1954. Thus began a silent revolution of Anna, food, Arivu, knowledge, and Arogya, health, which became the guiding principles of comprehensive development of a society inspired by the Sharana philosophy of Dasoha and Kayaka. What started off as a small hostel in the 40s evolved into an educational empire, transforming the dreams of several thousands of brilliant minds. The span of educational institutions he envisaged covers from Bala Jagat and primary and higher education to the professional degrees in engineering, medicine, pharmacy, management, law, humanities, basic science, vocational and industrial training. Health of the poor was as important to Rajendra Swamiji as education. Therefore, he laid emphasis in providing quality treatment and care at affordable cost to the poor through its hospitals. A humble primary healthcare center has grown into a huge 1,800-bedded hospital with state-of-the-art technology, experienced specialists, and empathy with care for the benefit of all strata of society. Shivratri Rajendra Mahaswamiji firmly believed in holistic development of society and laid the foundation for many literary and cultural activities like Akhila Bharata Sharana Sahitya Parishad and its publication unit to spread the Sharana philosophy, Sri Shivratrishwara Jayanti celebrations, Shivratri Dharmika Datti, music festivals through JSS Sangeeta Sabha, mass marriages and other activities that would contribute to the overall transformation of society. The legacy of Sri Suttur Mutt, the JSS Mahavidyapita, JSS University, and many other offshoots of the great beginning continue to touch the lives of millions under the dynamic and spiritual leadership of His Holiness Jagadguru Sri Shivratri Deshikendra Mahaswamiji, the 24th Pontiff of the Mutt. Today, the JSS Mahavidyapita is a role model of social reformation through education. Its influence on the thousands of students stands testimony to the vision of Sri Rajendra Mahaswamiji. His empathy and care for the poor and needy is unparalleled. As we celebrate his birth centenary, we are ever grateful to his inspiration that continues to guide us. It is so true that he was neither born into the lineage nor was he groomed, but was ordained when Pattada Shivaratri Mahaswamigalu intuitively recognized that the child in the womb of Maramanni will succeed him. A society grows great when visionaries plant trees whose shade they know they shall never sit in.
Yes, good afternoon, all of you. So we finished with the morning session and inaugural function with a good energy. So we'll proceed with the same energy. As Madam has given the introduction toward the induction program, what she spoke on, like all the aspects will be covered for 2 weeks. So let me not give the complete program schedule and say this is there, that. So with some curiosity, every day you'll come, have the sessions and you will enjoy. So it is not with anything with the academics. So once you start with your academics, you will not be free to come again like this and have the sessions like this. So just now, and I'm not taking much of time to give same things regarding the regulations or your academic activities. I'll come back to that later in these 2 weeks. But for this session, I'll be giving you a small report on our Suturu, Sri Kshetra, and as well as the Mahavidyapita, JSS Mahavidyapita. Just now you had a video what all the movement went on in the Suturu Sri Kshetra and as well as JSS Mahavidyapita. Just I'll be giving you a small report on this because as you are now in our JSS family, you should know about that before we proceed with our activities. So here is one small report I have prepared because it takes much of time to talk about both Sri Kshetra and as well as Mahavidyapita, but I've condensed so that I can give a small report for just 10 minutes and then we'll go for the next session. Okay? Yes. Okay, it is a privilege to stand before you to speak about a legacy that spans over 1,000 years, a legacy rooted in the sacred soil of Karnataka, yet one whose branches stretches across the globe, stretching millions. Today, we reflect upon the sublime journey of Suturu Sri Kshetra and its extraordinary socio-educational movement, JSS Mahavidyapita, what we have in Mysore. When we look at the map of India, we see thousands of historic towns and spiritual centers. But Suturu Sri Kshetra, nestled peacefully on the banks of sacred Kapila river in the Nanjangud Taluk of Mysore district, which occupies a unique place in our nation's spiritual and social landscape. It is the seat of Jagadguru Sri Veerasimhasana Mahasamsthana Mutt, an institution that has stood for over 10 centuries, not merely as a place of worship, but a fountainhead of human compassion, social equality, and progressive development. The origins of Suturu Shri Kshetra trace back to the 10th century CE, blessed by the divine presence of its founder, Jagadguru Sri Shivaratri Shivayogi Swamiji. From its very inception, the mutt has guided by the core philosophy of the Sharana movement, a philosophy rooted in the core principle of Dasoha, which means selfless giving, service without expectation, and Kayakave Kailasa, which is considered as work is worship. In many traditions across the world, spiritual practice is often seen as something isolated from the material realistic of daily life. But Suturu Shri Kshetra broke this divide long ago. The great gurus of Suturu realized that spirituality cannot exist in a vacuum. A hungry mind cannot meditate, an uneducated child cannot realize their true potential, and a sick body cannot serve society. Thus, Suturu Shri Kshetra transformed the concept of Dasoha into a threefold mission. One is Anna Dasoha, the offering of free food to all who need. Arivu Dasoha, the offering of knowledge and enlightenment. And Arogya Dasoha, the offering of health and physical well-being. As we walk through the peaceful grounds of Suturu, we see not just ancient temples and sacred shrines, but a living, breathing ecosystem where faith and social action converge seamlessly. To understand how this ancient spiritual center transformed into a modern global engine of social change, we must turn our attention to the mid-20th century and pay homage to the 23rd pontiff of the Suttur Mutt, His Holiness Jagadguru Dr. Sri Shivaratri Rajendra Mahaswamiji. In the early decades of the 1960s, India was fighting for its independence, and rural society were deeply burdened by poverty, illiteracy, and social inequality. Young children from remote villages have no access to higher education simply because they could not afford to travel or to live in big cities. In 1928, at the tender age of just 12, Sri Rajendra Mahaswamiji witnessed the struggles of poor rural students coming to Mysore for education. Moved by deep empathy, he took a historic step. With extremely meager resources, he started a small hostel in Mysuru to provide free food and shelter to underprivileged rural students. He believed firmly that education was the ultimate equalizer, the single most powerful tool to break the cycle of poverty. The small hostel, established nearly a century ago, became the seed for what would grow into a vast educational tree. By 1954, realizing that individual initiatives needed a structured, sustainable institutional movement, Sri Rajendra Mahaswamiji formally established Jagadguru Sri Shivaratreshwara Mahavidyapita, Mysore, popularly known as today JSS Mahavidyapita, Mysuru, with a clear vision to achieve stable human development through education, health, and social welfare. Sri Rajendra Mahaswamiji was a saint of rare action. He did not confine his spiritual leadership to discourse or ritual. He sacrificed his own academic pursuits to ensure that thousands of rural children could study. Under his untiring efforts, schools, pre-university colleges, degree institutions, and Sanskrita Patashala began to spring up across Karnataka, particularly in the rural belts. He believed that if a child cannot reach school, the school must reach the child. Today, under the divine guidance of 24th Pontiff and present President of JSS Mahavidyapita, His Holiness Jagadguru Sri Shivaratri Deshikendra Mahaswamiji, that small seed planted in 1928 has grown into an institution that educationists and scholars describe as an entity no less than a global university network. Let us look at the sheer scale and scope of Mahavidyapita, JSS Mahavidyapita today. JSS Mahavidyapita currently manages over 350 institutions catering to the educational needs for more than 50,000 students at any given time, supported by thousands of dedicated faculty members. What makes this ecosystem remarkable is its complete continuity. A child can step into a JSS institution at the kindergarten level and progress all the way through primary school, secondary education, undergraduate studies, postgraduate specialization, and ultimately earn a doctorate or engage in advanced postdoctoral research, all within the JSS umbrella. Recognizing early on that industrialization and technical skill were vital for independent India, JSS established premier engineering institution. The flagship Sri Jaichamarajendra College of Engineering in Mysuru, established in 1963, has consistently ranked among the top engineering colleges in India. Today, it stands transformed as a constituent college under JSS Science and Technology University, JSSSTU, fostering the cutting-edge research, innovation, and industry collaborations. Similarly, the JSS Academy of Technical Education campuses in Bangalore and Noida are renowned centers of technical learning. Through the JSS Academy of Higher Education and Research, JSS AHER, what we say, in Mysuru, a NAC A+ accredited deemed to be university, JSS have carved an international recognized NAC in medical, dental, pharmacy, and biomedical education. The JSS College of Pharmacy campuses at Mysuru and Ooty are consistently ranked among the top pharmacy institutions in the entire country by the NIRF ranking. While embracing the modern scientific and technical advancements, JSS Mahavidyapita has remained steadfast in preserving the India's ancient roots. It runs specialized Sanskrita Patashala, institutions for Veda Adhyayana, schools for classical music, dance, and fine arts. It ensures that while our youth gain global skills, they remain deeply anchored in moral values, ethics, and cultural pride. JSS Mahavidyapita is no longer restricted to Karnataka or India. Driven by the visionary leadership of Sri Shivaratri Deshikendra Swamiji, its footprint has crossed national borders. Today, JSS operates educational institutions, technical hubs, and spiritual centers abroad, including in the US, Mauritius, and Dubai, bringing Indian wisdom and modern scientific education together on the global stage. If JSS Mahavidyapita were only about school and colleges, it would still be an extraordinary success story. But its work goes far beyond classroom walls. It addresses human development holistically. At the heart of the MATS healthcare mission is the JSS Hospital in Mysuru, one of the largest tertiary care teaching hospitals in India, boasting over 1,800 beds, equipped with state-of-the-art diagnostics and surgical facilities. This hospital functions on a compensation model. It provides free or heavily subsidized treatment, surgeries, and specialized care to thousands of rural and economically weaker patients every single day. In addition to modern medicine, JSS actively promotes traditional systems of healing through its Ayurveda and naturopathy hospitals, offering holistic healthcare solutions to the public. Understanding that India lives in its villages, JSS has instituted dedicated programs for agricultural empowerment. Through its Krishi Vijnana Kendra, approved by the Indian Council of Agricultural Research, JSS brings modern agricultural technology seed processing knowledge, soil testing, and sustainable farming practices directly to the farmer's doorstep. They organize skill training for rural women and youth, empowering them with self employment opportunities through self help groups and occasional training institutes. Suturu Shikshetra has always been a companion of the progressive social reform. One of the most remarkable traditions hosted by the Suturu Mutt is the mass celebration of simple marriages during the annual festivals. By encouraging simple, dowry free weddings, the Mutt also runs orphanages, schools for children with special needs, and free residential hostels for the underprivileged children, keeping the flame of human dignity burning bright. We cannot talk about Suturu Shikshetra without mentioning the famous Suturu Jatra Mahotsava, held annually for 6 days during the winter month of Pushya. It is not just a religious car festival, it is a phenomenal social and cultural congregation that attracts over 1 million visitors. During the Jatra, Suturu transforms into an open-air university. You'll find agricultural exhibitions showcasing livestock and innovative farming techniques, state-level sports competitions, cultural performance by traditional folk artists, a national-level science exhibition built by school students, and mass dasoha where hundreds of thousands of pilgrims sit together and eat without any distinction of caste, creed, gender, or wealth. As we analyze the vast work of Suturu Shikshetra and JSS Mahavidyapita, a natural question arises. What can the modern world learn from an institution like this? So today, international organizations talk extensively about the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals, SDGs we call, like Zero Hungry, which is according with the SDG 2, good health and well-being, which is according with the SDG 3, quality education, which is according with the SDG 4, and reduce inequalities goes with the SDG 10. Which is remarkable is that Suturu Shikshetra and JSS Mahavidyapita have been practicing these exact sustainable development goals for decades long before they were defined in international forums. They did not implement these goals because of the legislative mandates or corporate social responsibility rules. They implemented them because of a deep-rooted spiritual conviction that service to humanity is service to the divine. JSS Mahavidyapita demonstrates a perfect model of sustainable institutional governance. It shows how an ancient spiritual organization can modernize without losing its cultural soul, and how modern professional management can be infused with timeless moral values. The motto of JSS Mahavidyapita is work is worship. It teaches every student, doctor, engineer, teacher, and volunteer within its ecosystem that excellence in one's chosen field, perform with humility and dedication to society is the highest form of spiritual devotion. In conclusion, Suturu Shikshetra is not merely a geographic location on the bank of Kapila River, nor is JSS Mahavidyapita just a conglomerate of educational facilities. Together, they represent a living movement of human compassion and social transformation. They stood as a proof of what can be accomplished when vision, selflessness, divine inspiration come together. From a modest free hostel started by a 12-year-old saint in 1928 to a global network of 350 plus institutions touching millions of lives today, the journey of JSS Mahavidyapita is an eternal testament to the power of Dasoha. As we reflect on this incredible heritage today, let us take inspiration from its core message. Let us remember that whatever knowledge, resources, or skills we acquire in life, our ultimate purpose should be to give back to society, to serve the needy, to spread light where there is darkness, and to uphold the dignity of every fellow human being. I bow in reverence to the divine lineage of the Jagadguru of Suturu Shri Kshetra, and I thank you all. So you had just a brief introduction towards our Suturu Shri Kshetra and as well as Mahavidyapita. Next week we have planned to visit that place, so you can have the look. We had an video, now you had an audio report also. The next you will be visiting that place and will enjoy that. So now let me hand over the session to Dr. Hema Madam, who will be discussing with you regarding the universal human values. Yes.
Thank you, ma'am. I'm a teacher who asks questions, so please be ready. I don't make you to sit quietly. Audio barta illa anse. Audible? Nagarjun.
Some students.
ಇದು ಬರ್ತಿಲ್ಲ Let me ask first. All of you are awake? Then answer, what is ma'am's name? Not my name. What is her name? And also remember, she is your first year engineering coordinator in the campus. For all your first year inquiries, you'll be meeting ma'am. This you should be completely aware. Okay, I'm there as induction coordinator. My name is Hema, I agree. When did you finish your last examination? PSC last paper? May 1st? I don't think so. I asked PUC. I did not ask entrance. Please, I'm very specific in asking questions. I want specific answers. March. Almost 3.5 months or more than 3 months. Okay, April, May, I'll consider because you are preparing for either CET or JEE, any of the competitive exam which you have taken. From after May, all of you are free at home, right? And now sitting here till afternoon and again after the lunch, 1 hour is tedious, I would say. But it is very important why we are starting with this program. My topic is universal human values, but I'll come to the topic later on. When we slide more. This is very important in our life also. This is called golden circle, concentric circle. I'm starting with geometry, though being a biologist. But we have to know why we are doing all this, how it is being done, and what is being done. Most of the time in our life, we know what has to be done, but we don't know how to do it. Or sometimes we don't even know the purpose, why it has to be done. This whole program, which we are conducting for 2 weeks, starting from today, 17th of August to 28th of August, is called Student Induction Program. All of you, I said, almost for 3 months, you are at home, you are busy preparing, and then you were almost in a transit stage, I would say, because even it was difficult for your parents until your CT results were out or your JE results were out. Agree? So that period, you might have not thought about anything which how your life would be. You have come to a campus. For that, I welcome you. As well as we should remember, we are all meeting as strangers today, right? Now you know my name. I don't know any of your name. If I take class for you, then I may know most of your names. But we start our journey as strangers. By the end of 4 years, we would have become well acquainted. Sometimes with your own classmate, you would have made very good friends for lifetime. This is a journey. Life is a journey. In the journey, you should know how to behave. That is very much essential. Why essential? The present education, it has become more focused towards getting grades, getting marks, achieving a goal. In between, we are forgetting that we are humans. We need to have relationship with our classmates, teacher, family members. Our relationship is wobbling. Though earlier it was stable, now it is wobbling. Definitely, that is going to be a disturbing situation for the society as well as every individual. So our education should make us a better individual than anything else. That is what is required today. We do have so many certificates. You do get degree certificates. Then you achieve so many things, but you don't behave like a human being. Then all that become worthless. So education should be the goal. Along with that, becoming a good individual is the next goal all of us should have. I always believe life is a learning process. Every day I'm learning something new. If I say I know everything, I'm dead. Not physically, but I'm dead mentally. Every day we have to acquire something. We'll be acquiring some knowledge. But also we are every day relearning something which you thought earlier was correct or good may be wrong. So I have to relearn. I have to unlearn the wrong thing first. Then I have to come to the present state where I'm learning the good things. That is what is required. And no one felt that it has to be changed because degree had become a just certificate. And our apex body also felt that education should be a holistic education. Through MHRD, this program was started where first teachers was trained. Most of us who teach this subject, you will be having this subject called as Universal Human Values 2, which you'll be learning in either your third semester if you are in a circuit branch, fourth semester if you are in a non-circuit branch. First year, this induction program is also called as Universal Human Values 1. This is the foundational program which will tell you how your life has to be. And some of us teachers who are teaching UHV will meet you. But apart from that, there will be eminent people who have achieved something, as like madam who came today all the way from Bangalore. And her vast experience, you don't get to see or don't get to hear personally. So we need to learn from experienced people. We cannot commit all the mistakes throughout our life. I have to learn from someone's experience, someone's mistake. So that is needed. That is learning, true learning. Classroom learning is different. That is meant for your earning the grades as well as marks. But who will teach you the life learnings? That is very much essential. And there is something called as National Framework of Teaching, which is given by UGC as well as AICT, which are the apex bodies for higher education. Now you are no more in primary or high school or PUC. You are in higher education. So there's a guidelines for the higher education, which has also laid down the rules now. Because if you see the picture, in the picture it's all kids. When we all were kids, our family members, maybe our parents, maybe our grandparents, same with you, would have taught you so many things, values, which we are somehow forgetting it. That has to be retained. I never say you have to relearn for that. You have to retain the good things which your family member or your mother, whoever it is, had taught you. Just like a picture, holding a door for an elderly person when they are moving, giving space for them, helping them. These are all small gestures of kindness, which will make you a better person than the other individual. And when I'm saying holistic development, not just as an individual personally, even for the profession, we need the professional commitment which we see has to be with the guidelines. Guidelines from AICT says that whatever you are learning has to be universal, because now world is a small globe, not a huge place. It is a small village, we say, global village. You are here today, after 4 years, you may get placed in a good company and you go to some other country. So whenever you go there, you have to be accepted as an individual, not just as a professional. So when you have to be accepted, you should have the universal human values, which are there, which I'll be telling you what are those, how you have to inculcate them. And whenever you're working, you have to be rational. You have to think in a rational way. What is important, why it is important, all that. And where it will lead to? It will lead to all this in your professional journey. You will be responsible, you'll have sincerity, you'll be cooperative, you'll be interacting with your team member in a better way. You'll also be respecting that individual, that is very much important. You'll also have the scientific temperament because you are in a professional course, so you should know both science as well as technology. All of this will not happen in 1 day or 1 hour or 2 weeks, what we are conducting. It is a journey of 4 years. And in this 4 years journey, this is the AICT office at New Delhi. What AICT said is, because they are the governing body for us, and they said clearly that we have to conduct a student induction program because all of you have come from different places, different walks of life, and the way you have been brought up is different. And when you are working as a team here, we should have that unity. And in that whole period, it started in 2017 as per the guidelines of AICT. In that whole period of 4 years, we have to be a better person. And this better person becomes a better environment when we are amicably working, when we are valuing and respecting the other person. We are also making sure that what life has given us, we have to give back to our society. Society, now you are not directly related, but once you start working and once you start interacting, then you'll realize we would have got so many things from our society, we are not appreciating it, we are not taking it seriously. Once you become a professional, make sure that you give back to society. This is very much essential because you are privileged. All of us are privileged, I would say. We have so much. Your parents have given you everything you want. But in spite of that, if I say I'll keep it to myself, that will not work out. Let us help who are in need. Let us make sure that everyone comes up in their life. This makes a better situation. And also this whole 2 weeks program, which we have planned as UHV1 or student induction program, will be related with you as an individual, will also be connecting with you, with your family, as well as society, as whole nature where we are living in. We have only one planet, so at least we should now take things seriously and never ever spoil it or pollute it or litter it wherever you are there. So we need to rely on self-reflection. Am I good? Am I following what I have been taught? This question should always remain with you. It is just like people go on a strike, they say, especially if anybody is a PETA member, I'm not against it. I'm just mentioning it as an example. People go, say, save animals, don't harm animals, do all those things with the placard they shout out. Afterwards, they go to KFC and now if you have seen the news 2-3 days before, they're selling rotten chicken. Is it good? No, it is contradictory. So I'm not against eating non-veg food. I'm just telling you the contradiction here. When you are following or when you are saying something, please follow it 100%. And what we need as an individual is commitment to whatever we are doing, whatever we have understood, and learn what is needed at this juncture. Life earlier to 2000 in our own country, when I was a student, it was different. Now it has drastically changed. There's a huge gap, I can say. The way I was as a student and my son as a student. So definitely there's a huge gap. Life has changed. We have to accept it. And when we are accepting it, we should also know this whole 4-year journey, which we call as program. And we also follow an education system called as OBE, outcome-based education system. At the end, not just your degree, you should have a good behavior as a very good individual or a human being. That is what is required. In this 2 weeks of SIP program, you will be learning about all the universally accepted values and also things which people appreciate. Why appreciation? Some may not appreciate verbally, but they will not sulk at you, they will not frown at you when you are behaving in a decent way. When someone is behaving in a, say you are in a movie theater and somebody is using their mobile and speaking loudly, is it acceptable? No, that is, person is lacking civic sense. What we need is understanding the other individual. We have to be empathetic when situations are different. We have to see the things in a more sensible manner. But it is not the case today. It is changing. So how we are going to do this? We are also telling you through the experience of experts who have come, and also we have planned sessions, afternoon sessions especially. Morning we don't prefer to change this. Morning will be 2 sessions. Afternoon you will have your activities. One day there will be a meditation and yoga expert interacting with you. One of the groups will be in cultural activities. So you can showcase your talent, prepare yourself, and when your group get a chance to be in this auditorium again, you can showcase your other talents other than your learning, professional learning, I would say. If you are a music instrument player, or if you are a mimicry artist, any talent you have, you can showcase here. We'll give you a chance for that. There will also be sports activity. We have a very good sports complex in our campus. You will be taken to sports complex. We do have outdoor and indoor games, so you get to play one afternoon. How many of you have played games since you joined PUC? After 10th, every day did you play games? See, very few hands are going up, because I know the current trend is entirely different. Every individual who gets admitted in the first PUC, they are like with the blinkers, nowhere seeing in the other places, and your only focus is either get through NEET or JEE or any of the examination which you are aspiring for, and prepare for that. No physical activity. But we do have different clubs. We'll also be telling you, we have asked the club members, they'll come and tell you, brief you about the club activities. Please join them. That will bring in a change. That monotony, what you have for 2 years of your PUC, that should be broken down with a good learning. And this good learning starts when you know what, how, then why. And this whole why related with, 1 minute, related with your life. First question. Everyone would have been asked you this question, right from your first standard or second standard. What do you want to be, right? Most of you have said engineers, or some of you. How many of you said doctor? Raise your hand. Only 2? I see only few hands going up. So rest all wanted to be engineers? Then very happy I am. Because sometimes you wanted to be someone else, or you wanted to do something else, and now you are here. So what should I do? I should accept. And I should move on. This is life. This is a learning phase. And in this situation, if I say, I don't want to do that. Learning or becoming an engineer is for your life. But what do you actually want in your life? Except parents, nobody will ask you that question. I'm asking you that question. Parents would have asked you, right? Yen beko, inaru beka, takol beka. They would have asked. So now I'm asking you, what do you want in your life? All are contented? You don't want anything in your life? Someone said. Happiness. Yes, happiness. Right. Then, anything else? Money? Okay, that is needed. I accept. Needed? Not too much. So for some good life, it's needed. Okay. Success. Right. Then, peace. Okay. I need one more word which I'm waiting. Happiness is the first word. Accepted. One more word we need. Satisfaction. Okay. Then. What's up? So very much contented people, or maybe very privileged people. Your parents have given you everything, so you don't want anything in life. I would say all of us, including me as well as anybody here, first we want happiness, next is prosperity. This word we rarely use, or we use it on a particular day. When is it? New Year or wishing someone. But actually this word is very much essential. Prosperity means having more than sufficiently required. Do you agree all of us are prosperous? I'm prosperous, I accept. Are we happy? No, we are happy facultatively. For some time I'm happy, sometime I'm disappointed or sad or something. But in life, all would aspire for continuous happiness and prosperity. This concept as well as other learning, you'll be learning in 4th semester or 3rd semester when you study UHV 2. But now we will be restricting to the present situation. Happiness, as I said, is something which we all want. But some people, in spite of everything, they'll be cribbing. I don't have this, I don't have that, this is not good, that is not good. That is not happiness, is accepting what you have and appreciating what you have. Sometimes people don't even have 2 meals a day. You're blessed with so many things, materialistic things, as well as loving family. So we are definitely rich. And this happiness concept is completely mindset, I would say. See, there's a clear picture. Person has got a first place. In spite of that, he or the image is sad. So whatever you have, appreciate it. You'll automatically feel happy when you start appreciating things. And appreciating things with a good perspective. Same place, two individuals, perception is different. See the picture? One looking through the window sees the scenery and drawing it. One other person seeing through it is only seeing the grills. And who is blocking them? No one is blocking. It's our own mindset which is blocking. And when I say blocking, if you expect too many things from everyone, automatically you'll end up sad. But when you expect from your own self, for your own betterment, and you put in effort, you will be a happier person. Your hard work, what you have done, will never go waste. I firmly believe in that. And I've seen through my own life. Hard work, wherever I've done, I've got something good and I've been rewarded for something good. So hard work never goes waste. Please keep that in mind. Present day generation, I would say, including, because I have a live example at my home, my own son, 2 years younger than you. But for them, smart work is important. Smart work needed, not always. Sometimes you need hard work. How many of you are registered for JEE in different PU colleges? Please raise your hand. JEE, most of you, right? Was it preparation easy? No, you have put in so much of hard work. And somewhere, some of you would have got, some of you would have not got, or some reason you wouldn't get into any IIT. Is anything wrong with you? No, you all are good. The way you have put in effort is also good. Maybe you should have put in more effort or some situation which has brought you here. It's good. Accept the things and move on. This is also good engineering college. You learn all related with technology and you can do well in your life if you accept things as they are. So when we are doing all these UHV course, we may tell you how to manage stress. We have invited a psychiatrist from our own JSS hospital who will be telling you how to manage your stress. All of us go through stress. Even I go through stress. So we should know to manage and you should know to change the situation if it is possible. And we'll also tell you how to develop as an individual, personality development. All this will be taught to you in this 15 days. That is why this period is important and we said you have to come every day. Today we have started early. From tomorrow onwards it will be 10 or 10:30. We'll let you know in the group. And our morning session, 2 sessions, afternoon you'll have activities this whole week. Next week, as Madam mentioned, we'll be taking you to Suturu and also we'll make you to get acquainted with our campus. Ours is a huge campus. We have 5 different institutes here, totally 102 acres. And we'll take you all to all the different branches of engineering offered by SJC as well as JSS. We have around 12 different branches. I come from biotechnology. Other 11 are there. So we take you to all departments and you will be visiting the departments. When we are talking about all this program, you should also know what is important. Your aspirations, not just your aspirations are also your parents' aspiration. They wanted you to get into an engineering college, get a good degree, come out with the flying colors and get well settled by getting a job. So aspirations, your developments, all should be achieved through this program. Outcome of SIP will always be remembering the few things. Life is full of memories when you sit back at the end. And your memories, as far as possible, has to be good memories. So when you are doing or taking up a right path, you will have good memories. So in this whole journey, you should have a good memory as well as good learning so that you can become a better individual. So this is about SIP and UHV, and most of the time we will be looking at the whole campus as student induction program being initiated. There will be people from our own institute telling you about our academic regulations, examination, all this is scheduled, and what activities are going on, how our campus runs. Most of the things will make you get acquainted in these 2 weeks. After the 2 weeks, your regular classes starts. For that, Bindya ma'am will share the timetable also. So you'll be going to your respective classes. Then the journey starts. Academic journey starts. The full 4 year, you will have different courses. Here we don't call subjects, we call them as courses. There will be different course coordinator, different faculty members. First year is engineering is common for all branches, so you'll have physics cycle and chemistry cycle. All these details will be informed to you by our dean academics in the next week. So this process is, I hope it is clear now. Why UHV, how UHV, and what you are learning in UHV, I've told you. But when I say UHV, universal human values, there are so many things which makes up an individual. You have started the journey. You have started with an engineering college. And in the whole journey, you want to acquire knowledge. And not just acquiring knowledge, you should also inculcate values. And values being important for life, because in the theory, like the course, you will be learning the different important values. Now I'll be stressing on very few things. So when we talk about values, these two words people get confused. Values and value. Are they one and the same? No. Values are different. Value, if it is a product, we pay a certain amount and buy that or purchase that. That is value. But people nowadays are giving more importance to materialistic compounds or physical facilities, and which for them that values more. I hope all of you have seen this movie. So I don't have to tell you much. Chutney can tell you the value. Right? So that is not the value I'm talking about. I'm talking about values. And values are compasses that guide us how to live our life, how to become a better person, all this. And all of this values are defined in different way. And this is earlier, it was a component of philosophy. Now we have brought in higher education. Why? Because there's a need. I don't know how many of you seen or read in newspaper. Last month there was in UP, a student stabbed his teacher. However, that is not human behavior at all. And one not once, multiple times he stabbed her. And what is the background? That is absurd background. That is not required now. You are all students. We consider you as our kids. And we expect mutual. And there is definitely boundary between us. You're my student, I'm your teacher. Looking at your teacher with the wrong intention is wrong. That is not required now. What we need is a good intention, good life. And we need, this is the definition. First definition is easier. But we do have many definitions for value. And people have also classified values in a different way. Individual values, societal values, environmental values. All this you'll be learning in the next course. But what is important is individual values. As a person, what I'm carrying, is it required? Is it correct? And how best I can utilize that value for a betterment. These are the different lists of values which you can find in Google. Will always be with every individual? No. All of us have our own priorities. And we prioritize based on the global index. When you are to be accepted as an individual, in 2020, a survey was conducted among 152 countries. And these 10 values are given the number based on the requirement. And the last one, if you see, personal responsibility, that is very much needed everywhere. It's not in India, wherever you go. So I want my student to have certain values. For me, certain personal values which matters the most. Respect and respectfulness. Trust is the foundational value which you will be learning in the theory. But as an individual now, respect and being respectful. Kindness, acceptance, then appreciating, gratitude, friendship, all these I consider as an individual, as a professional is needed. Why respect? Because sometimes people give face value and respect the individual. He or she in a higher position, they'll do all sort of things. And the other individual is in a class 4 or other condition, they don't respect. No, every individual is important. Our culture is rich. Madam was also mentioning. I would always say, do namaste. That is better. I'll come to that. And our best God or goddesses are with us. Who are they? Our parents. Why our parents? You don't see so much of burden behind your mother. Because I'm also a mother. I can understand. I'll be facing so many situations which are listed there. Will I show all that to my son? No. I make sure that what he wants, I will give it. As a mother, as a parent, that's my responsibility. With love, I do that because he is my son. Same with your parents. Not just mother. See the other picture. Father. They would have earned whatever you have by sweating. And they're giving you piece of themselves for you to be in a better situation. And also, every parent you ask, what they say is, I want my son to do good, a daughter to do good, be better than what I had. This is selflessness. Every one of us, as a parent, want you to do well, and your own parent would say, I did not have that. I want you to be in a better position, comfortable position. They have given you so many things, right? Your parent may not have all of that. You have your own room, closet full of clothes. You are completely prosperous. Why? Because of the sacrifices made by your parents. So never ever disrespect your parents. And in this on this earth, every relationship you get a substitute, but there is no substitute for parents. Agree? I said every relationship there is a substitute, but if you lose your parents or abuse them or disrespect them, no, that is not our samskara, that is not our culture. If you have done something wrong, if you have fought with your parents, go say sorry, accept it. Because sometimes we lose our temper, we do that. I do have my parents, so I do go visit them as far as possible. I go visit them, and if something is there which I can do for them, I'm always ready because they have done so many sacrifices for me. If I'm standing here, it's because of the sacrifices made by mother, my father, and also my immediate family. That you don't get anywhere. So please never ever disrespect your parents. Family is very important, however they are. Here I put a colorful picture. Sometimes we'll have disputes, sometimes we'll have disagreements, sometimes we'll have differences among family members, maybe with your own sibling. How many of you have siblings? Please raise your hand. Oh, good, very good. The present trend is different because usually one child. So most of the time, if you are a single child, you will be fighting either with your mother or father, whoever you are close with. That is what I assume. So when are bestowed with the family, there are people who don't have them to support them. So we need. And this is also very important. When I say respect, I bring in three components. First is parent. Never ever disrespect them. Next comes teacher. Last induction also I said, in spite of that, I hear student speaking about a teacher in singular manner. That is not correct. He or she is your teacher. Aul banda, that is not a language to be used for a teacher. First year you're fine. Second year, somehow JC Hava I say. Third year, all these behavioral changes starts. And you start disrespecting your teacher. It is not expected. And also, the trend now is, when you send WhatsApp message to your teacher, you consider us as friend. Hi ma'am, hello ma'am. No, I'm not your friend. I'm your teacher. I can be friendlier. I'm friendlier. When you want something, I'll definitely help you. There's a difference between you and me. There's a boundary. How many of you seen that movie of Ash, Googly? Madam mentioned Ash for something else. I'm taking his example. Googly movie? Kannada movie? There's a scene there where principal says that we are friends. What he does next? He puts a hand on the shoulder of the principal and says, come macha, we'll go for tea. I don't want that situation. I don't want that example. I give this example most of the time. Why? Because I'm a teacher and you're a student. I'm not your friend. Be formal. Say good morning, good afternoon, ma'am. Or just ma'am is also fine. But hi, ma'am, hello, ma'am. No, that is not our culture. I said namaste. It's very clear. There is a soul in other person. When I do namaste, I'm bowing to the soul in your body. It's a retrogressive. When you do that, it's the same thing. And we are now, during COVID, I don't know how many of you seen, world took our gesture. Namaste. Why? To avoid contamination. That is fine. And along with that, there's a meaning. So please address your teachers respectfully. He or she is your teacher. You may not have learned from the person, but definitely he or she is here to teach you. So I wouldn't accept if you're disrespecting any teacher. Please don't do that. And also respect yourself. your journey. Each one of you have got different journey for yourself, and each one of you have come here after so much of survival struggles. And your journey has to be appreciated. Don't ever disrespect yourself. When you're disrespecting yourself, you're also disrespecting indirectly your parents who have brought you up. So self-respect matters. If someone is disrespecting you, I would say don't accept. Maintain a distance. First, you speak respectfully, and other person will also speak respectfully. If you use singular, other person will also use singular. It's give and take because the current situation is like that. And if your friend or someone is defending you on your back when you're not there, that is the highest respect we can get. Someone is respecting completely. And when you're not there, if the person is respecting, you have earned a good friend. And every time there is talk about self-respect, definitely what Kalam sir said is acceptable. If someone is disrespecting you, put a boundary, stay away from that person. Every aspect of life needs changes. If someone is disrespecting you, move away. Self-respect matters, and you have to put a boundary. You have to let go of certain things. So respect and being respectful are your responsibility. If you are using a bad language, foul language, which I know very well aware, most of the guys use that language very well. Please don't use that. That is not our culture. Our culture. Either if you are speaking English or Kannada, whichever language, all the languages are good. Use better words, not the filthy words. Next is kindness. Being kind to everyone is very much required. Sometimes somebody would have been hurt, met an accident. We don't help them because we are also in hurry. Being kind to individuals, looking after the individuals. Some of our cartoons are very good. If you have read Winnie the Pooh or if you have seen Doraemon, all of them talk about friendship, kindness. These are all required values. And if you have that, you are a better person. You are a rich person. Don't ever help someone thinking that he or she is going to help. No, it is not like I scratch your back, you scratch my back. No, help the person if they can't help also. And always make sure that kindness remains. Kindness in day to day, just a smile, wish, thank you, all those are very much essential. And most of the time, we don't know what the other person is going through. So instead of yelling at someone, criticizing someone, make sure that you respect that individual. Kindness is free. It doesn't cost you anything. Go talk to that person in a friendlier manner. He or she can definitely feel better if someone is hurt, someone is sad. And all of this, kindness is not just you have to inculcate. All of us are brought up with the values. So you are good, be good to the others. Don't expect others to be good. If he or she is crossing the limit, then stand up. But be kind first for the other person. And most of the time, kindness makes you realize how life can be different for each other and how it is. Wherever you go, if you are kind, you are leaving behind a footprint, which is very much essential. I don't know how many of you saw. I was changing the slides because I put most of the topic what madam was speaking. So I changed it immediately sitting here. So every time when we are talking about things, things are different. Acceptance matters a lot. Acceptance is accepting the way we are. Some of you might be short, some of you might be dark, some of you might be fair, some of you might be stout. It's a way, it's not nothing wrong with you. As a geneticist, I will tell you, it's a contribution from your parents, your forefathers also. So definitely it is a cumulative. Growth is cumulative. Your IQ is also cumulative. If someone is criticizing you're dumb, don't accept. It's a whole family lineage which has been contributed. So as a person, accept things as you are. Don't abuse yourself. Don't think that I'm not good, my body structure is not good, I'm dark, I'm skinny, all that. It is only certain period. After some period, after few years, you will change. If you see me now and if I show you my graduation photo, you won't believe that is I'm the same person. I was very skinny. I was called with so many names, criticized, called, but I never felt bad about it. I accepted, okay, this is the way I do. Why should I bother? And accepting things makes you a better person with the moving on. Whatever we have, we are moving on, and we are also need to be realistic. None of us are perfect. If someone says I'm perfect, I don't think so. All of us are born with certain flaws. All of us are born with structural changes. Accept it. Be real. and it is more virtual now. World has become more virtual, and it takes time to become a butterfly. Metamorphosis needs time. All of us are like that. We have grown and we have come to a certain stage now. So we have to evolve, and evolving leads to certain things. Give time. Time is the one which essential for every individual. And when we are talking about time, there will be many challenges. How you see the challenge matters. For some, it is very difficult. For some, it is a challenge accepted. For some, I don't know, let me plan all those. Sometimes some don't even go there. So life is full of challenges. Some things are under our control, some things are under not our control. What is under control? My thoughts, my thinking, my actions, all are under control. What is the average class age? I hope all of you have completed 18, unless you are born in the month of September, October, November, December. And most of you born earlier would have completed 18 years. So all of you are adults. Behave like an adult. And Constitution of India has given you right to vote. That means mentally you are very much mature. Maturity is required. Required in your life. Every time, every day is something which all of us wanted. Success, madam mentioned, one of the virtues, she said, courage, it is there. Success, everybody will celebrate. But sometimes we should know what to learn from our failure. There is no shortcut for success. Definitely there are things which we need. We make mistakes, we have to learn from it, we have to reflect upon it, and we should also think that mistakes are meant for learning, not for cribbing or worrying. Person who has done something wrong, he has the experience. He or she is not starting from scratch. That is life. And when we are talking about life, there will be failures. You should know to accept it. Life throws something which is beyond our control. So if you have fallen, get up, acknowledge, learn from your mistake, move on, make good decisions. That is what is required when you have failed. I would never say to my son, don't do anything wrong. I would say, if you have done wrong, inform me and you reflect upon it and correct it. That is what is required. We all commit mistakes. Even I commit mistakes. I am not an exception. So definitely failure will be there. And society, if you see, many will be there to criticize. Many will be there to analyze, gossip. Forget all that. What is needed? The last door. Person who is helping you and person who is telling you you can do it. You be with such people who can motivate you, who can take you. And always remember, life is about changing. Only constant in life is change. It will be changing. It will be putting us in different situation. And all this situation, if as an individual have to excel, I have to accept and move on. Accepting and moving on, changing the mindset and blocking the mindset is not accepted. If you're like on the left hand side, that is not accepted. If you say, I know everything, I've completed my PUC, I've come to engineer, I've got the seat, so I'm settled. No, it is a learning phase. Every learning phase has to be addressed, and most difficult cleaning is this mindset. If you are fixated on your mindset, it becomes challenging. So every time when you are saying some of the small creatures on earth, they are better than us. Learn from ants. They never quit, they never give up. They are always prepared and they are always ready. They don't rely on anybody, their strength. It is the only small insect on earth which carries 8 times its weight. Can you carry? I can't carry half my weight. None of us. But it carries 8 times more. So definitely it is better than us with strength. When I say facing the situation, all the time, believe in yourself. Your confidence should help you to excel. It is just like the saying there. Eagle doesn't depend on the tree or anything else. It depends on its wings to fly high and soar high. Every time there will be different situation. There will be wrong things. So don't lay there and brood over. Move on. Moving on is must, and always it is this slogan to be remembered. In life, there is no control Z. What is control Z? Redo, undo. There is no redo, undo in life. If you have done something wrong, done. Learn from it. Move on. And also it is improving yourself, not proving yourself. So if you want to prove something to someone else, forget. You improve on yourself, get good ranking, good achievement. Happiness doesn't cost you anything. Be happy, move on, and make sure that whatever you're doing, it is enjoyable or you're enjoying what you're doing. And every time when you're enjoying something, you're making a better you than what you were yesterday or earlier. It is not for proving anything to anybody. Many a times people crib over, brood over with the situation in life. All of us will have bad day, bad things in life. Restart, reset your life. That is very much essential when you have fallen or when you have drawn back in your life. Every situation needs change. Choice is yours. Do you want to change your habit or do you want to change the situation? According to the most right path, accept that change. And also enjoy the good things in your life. You have so many things you don't realize. Once you move out of your home, you realize how privileged you were at your home. Once you move out of the country, you'll realize what is freedom. Because I have experienced it when I went abroad. So I always feel my home as well as my country is the best place to live. And every time you have to remember improving yourself and also making a better person is the goal of your life. One bad chapter doesn't define you. One bad situation doesn't define you. Or whatever you have endured, that has to be a learning part of it. Remember the good part of it, forget the bad part of it. Every time when we are talking about new beginning, very few people think that new day. Every day we are all blessed. If I'm getting up, I'm getting a new day in my life. I can add it to my life. That is to be appreciated. Life has no script. Leave it. Most of you nowadays are very busy making reels or you may be content creators. So there's no life script. Everyone's life is different. Learn from it, move on. And when we are moving on, you have to love yourself. Self-love is also important and also self-caring is very important. And also remember, life doesn't have any superheroes except your parents or your siblings if they are supportive. No Thor, no Captain America will come and help you. It is you who are responsible for your life, 100%. There is no map for life activities also. So you have to learn and move forward. Gratitude, this we don't see much. Many a times people forget the good things done by others. So show gratitude for small things what you have in your life, for all the good things what you have in your life. Never forget who helped you in your difficult time. If possible, help them in their difficult time. And also make sure what is important in your life. Gratitude, being happy or drama, lies, all the unwanted stuff. Those are not required. And every time happiness grows when you say thank you to someone, when you show gratitude to your parents or the person who has helped you. Be thankful for whatever you have. We don't know how long. And all of us are given life and we have a certain period. We don't know when we'll be leaving this earth. So in that period, become a better person and help every individual related with it. For me, this sentence is acceptable. However my life is, I'm thankful to my parents, God, my relatives, whoever has helped me, friends, who has brought in the good things. So be thankful always. And happiness doesn't cost you anything. When you're thanking, you're also smiling. And also it is being loyal. Friends, this you'll be making many friends. Sometimes we see students, first year they're friends, second year they would have changed. So be loyal, be trustful with your friendship and be real in your life, not on social media or social life. Whatever you post, you should at least follow. And every time when I say friendship, every friendship matters and you make good friends here in these 4 years. Carry them throughout your life. And friendship is something which is extraordinary. We have our relatives, siblings, or parents by birth, but we choose our friends. Whom you choose matters a lot. So choose good friends, make good habits, but never ever do this to your friend. See, the plank is balancing because of both the person. If you kick the other person, you're also bouncing back. So don't do this to your friends. And as I said, friendship in a life is a beautiful chapter in a life journey. And I still have my school friends group. We chat, we meet, school friend, PU friend, degree friend, MSc, PhD. All the groups I have. So I do meet. So it is getting connected with the people and learning. Every time appreciating what I have and what I have got. That is also very much essential. This picture, please remember. All of you use Insta. Be real in your life. on the other side. Other side you're laughing, but this side you're crying. That is not life. You need to have a good life. You should also be realistic and you should also be unique. Madam mentioned about sheep. See, there's a black sheep, right? In the crowd of white. So you all are unique. In my genetic class, I tell that. We all are unique. We all have got unique genes, the way we look because of that. So why do you want to compare yourself with someone else? Don't do that. Be unique, accept the way you are and move on. Be happy. That is most required. And when whatever situation you are in, try to solve the situation and move towards happiness. I have put both the pictures, boys and girls. Never forget that you are a limited edition copy. Many people worry about only limited edition clothes or shoes or some of the physical facility. But you as an individual is a limited edition. So you should appreciate yourself first. You should take care of your body. You should respect yourself. And also remember the journey. Life is a gift. Always take life seriously. Don't think negatively. Whatever wrong has happened in your life, it can be changed. So don't take any drastic decision. Don't get into negative mode. Life is a gift. Enjoy it. And also make sure that every day our life is a whole story. Every day is a new beginning. Write your everyday story with the betterment. Make wonderful memories here. Our campus is very beautiful. Make wonderful memories and moments you will cherish once you come back. Because in this all 21 years, I'm seeing so many students. They come back. Saturdays they come and celebrate birthday here. Some students, maybe 2010 passed out batch. Why? They have the good memories here. So memories need to be cherished and everything need to be appreciated. Thank you. All the best. And I wish you success in your life. Which is with the continuum. We'll break and we'll have the next session at 2:30. You can have lunch and come back. Your group will come back here. Other rooms who are there, students, please go have lunch and come back to your respective rooms at 2:30. We have some of the university officers telling you about the important information in the afternoon for 1 hour. After that, we'll wind up. Thank you.